So I never say exactly who I am. And who I am is something that is what reality holds. I live in reality, and that to me, there's like this wide open space that if you look, boy, maybe it's like a kasha, It's not your version or even my version. It's the reality of it, and that's who I am. And so I never get into that. But like I could say how I own property in the mountains. Um, it's a mountainous area where it snows, and just getting in the background of my people, my parents, my grandparents mainly, who has built this cabin where I'm at. Just a childhood dream that I'm living, and that has to end, right? So, but I'm going with the flow with that. There's things going on in my life. I mean, I'm wrapping up 35 years of living in the mountains, and literally, I just consider myself living in the mountains. I stay up here, because my grandmother and her parents, she calls them survivalists. My great grandpa was half Indian, but he was a meditator from the very beginning. He was able to meditate unconsciously. Pardon me while I'm looking over here. I have a quesadilla on my um, wood stove. Anyway, he from about 14 to the age 30, as long as this one horse lived, he worked the biggest cattle ranch in Texas. And I get into this person's life because this is who I come from. The person that built this place when he was 70, he started building it. Now, this is who I come from. I have this person in me. If you look at pictures of this great grandpa of mine and my face, it's a good thing I have long hair. Let's just say that right now. But you can see how I have this hairline that is very much kind of like an executive male office worker. I'm just kidding. No, not really. Um, I have a lot of masculine because I'm um, Mars ruled, and then you look at my Mars. It's conjunct Sun and Pluto right at the end, 9, 3, 6, 9, Sun, Pluto, Mars, and then anyway, you can see that there. Thanks for listening to all this. I'm actually going through a lot of sadness and pain, but it's remarkable. It's something that God says, and so now you're going to have to go through this. I'm just going to wrap you up like a mummy, and it's like, no, I can't shut down, but I'm having to shut down. Yeah, it's really interesting going through the process that I've been going through. I guess I just had to go through narcissistic abuse. I mean, I'm trying to throughout this toxic, shitty fucking relationship that just, how it keeps, not, how, this is just what happens. And I guess you could see, they run a patterning that is just like, of course, really, you can see how, that patterning, it just compounds and compounds, like the way that the psychologists explain it, and I'm going to try and wrap this up after 5 minutes, okay? Is that and it's a lot of times that it's the man woman scenario. So the woman is there going, oh shit, a narcissist, and so but she tries to handle it like, okay, I'm going to give him a chance. I'm going to try and snap him out of it. We're going to have these intimate moments. I'm going to try and make a human relationship out of this. Basically, is what they're trying to do. And when you find out you just can't do that, and that you can go all kinds of ways with it. Like you can take it personally and all this shit. And really, you shouldn't. You shouldn't at all. There is some help for you somewhere, and that's where I'm at right now. It's like there's some help for me. The reason why you would get into it is because, well, they use your human quality. It's just a natural thing for women to need things, and actually, it's natural for men to want to provide that. Now, I don't know when it becomes that they just all of a sudden narcissists just preys on that avenue of things to just weasel their way in and start. Um, I don't know if they even mean to do these things. That's what I'm saying. It's up to the woman to say, "Oh no, let's try to make this a human relationship." And does this happen with men? See, I'm just a woman saying, I have brought men up out of it. I mean, it's possible to snap them, and it comes. Those issues come up during intimacy, like right there, and then and it's like, that was a little awkward. When we try that again, can you include me on the subject matter? Woo! And because what if, and I always say this, minute 6, I'll wrap it up. What if an entire what if a civilization was to come out of it all? Like with the union and the whole concern about it all. Why not communicate on a level of humanity, which is like human being? You know what I mean? That's a hell of a technology to think that maybe what if it is a technology? Like what if it is just an obvious thing between men and women? Does it matter? But I don't think it's um, limited to just from men to women. It's from women to men. Five